So, well, I got a question for you, Andy.
Go on then. What's your question?
Aren't you glad to be done?
Yes.
I was gonna.
Yeah, there's not.
Is Andy and Jackson?
No, I'm still stuck in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, this is crashed?
No, I think it's okay now. I think we're slowly working.
Yep.
Bill.
Okay, so yeah, it's there.
Yeah.
So are you guys gonna ask him questions so he can sit here and not just stare at the screen? And come on, man.
Do you like that? It's going good, isn't it? It's how many beers are you up for the album so far? Oh Christ, God knows. Is that Zeus? Oh, it's crashed again there.
Crashed again, too? Yeah.
Yeah, the jaws.
Yep. I think they're having some technical difficulties over there.
The most hungover. Gary looked a bit shaky this morning, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. The whiskey went down last night. Final mixers? No. Just roughs. Neil Colin Richardson. He'd win the food battle, I think. He's probably the fastest eater I've ever come across. Put your hand out for the garlic bread and the fingers don't come back.
This keeps crashing too.
Oh my God, my dad's online now. We better keep it clean. Where are you? Where are you from? Oh, I'm from England. From right in the middle of England, Derbyshire, through and through. Yeah, it's crashed again.
Andy, do you have any advice for an aspiring producer?
Yeah, get your own samples. Not mine. Are you the new? I'm on a Mars. No, I'm not. No. Andy looks so tired. Yes, I am. Yes. Well, how's the overall experience? It was all right. It was better than the last one. We did a lot of the last album actually in the rehearsal studio. I don't know if you ever saw any pictures of it, but it was a tiny little room in San Francisco in the middle of the summer. It was June with no air conditioning. So that was a bit brutal. This one, we've just hired this house in the middle of Guernsville in California. We've been here for 3 weeks. We did the drums in San Francisco at Shark Bite. Then we came here and we've been here solid. I've been out of the building 3 times. And you know, we finished at 3 o'clock this morning, hence looking so tired. But it's sounding really good. I think it seems to keep popping back up this, so I think we're okay. Yeah. Favourite Exodus album? I actually, let's think about it. Well, what was the third one? Yeah, Fabulous was great. I really liked Pleasures of the Flesh as well. I thought, although the sound was a bit odd on that, I thought the songs were killer on that. And you know, when Bonded originally came out, I listened to that just relentlessly. But I actually think the songs on Pleasures were a bit more thought out and a bit more mature, really. So those two for me. You know, all the ones I've worked on I think are really good, but it's hard to be objective when you're actually working on something like this, because you hear it so much, you don't you know, but you don't actually listen to it after you've finished it. Force of Habit, shit cover, wasn't it? Next bands I'm working with. Well, I've still got this to mixing this straight after Christmas. I've got Nevermore to finish because Worrell took a bit longer on the vocals, so I've got that. Got Nevermore mixed but without vocals at the moment, so I've just got to fly those in. and then I've got to finish Accept as well, which is going to take me through until the end of January. And then it's some time off. Then I'm having 3 months off, shutting the door, not even thinking about music until sort of the end of April. Then, because this last year has just been a bit too much. Where have we got a Mustaine question? Come on, let's get good. Give me some Mustaine questions. I'll give you some dirt.
Dave Mustaine is big and egotistical, censored, as we all think.
A big what?
Huh?
Is Dave what?
Basically, egomaniac, asshole, as we all think.
Dave, you know, I mean, Dave gets a lot of shit. Obviously, I mean, he does put his foot in it several times, you know, a day. But you know, I haven't got any bad things to say about Dave. He's always been nothing but a gentleman to me, and been a total professional with me. So you know, he's always good for a story, definitely, and he's obviously got some history to him. But he's you know, he's all right. He's not as bad as you think. There's a nervous energy with Dave where people tend to be odd around him anyway. But once you get to know him and you know, just shoot the shit with him, he's fine. How much input does Andy have with these new songs? Not really that much input with these songs. It's you know, Gary had a lot of the templates sort of worked out for everything. It's been a case of just recording it well as we've gone along, really. How bad was the original Enemies of Realities? The files, actually, the sound of the files were okay. It was just the mix was bizarre when I got it, because I actually got the Pro Tools sessions that Kelly Gray had done, and it was some very well, I think it's the old thing of someone who hasn't mixed faster metal getting into some dangerous ground. Really didn't really understand how to keep the tightness there. Some stock questions. Death Magnetic. I'd say it's a 6.5, 7 out of 10. Could have been a Ride the Lightning if it had been handled properly, that one. Messing up scheduled bands by delaying their recordings. Well, yeah, I mean, so the question that Lass has just asked, how do I handle the messed up schedules with bands, blah blah blah, you know, like Nevermore. They just have to wait, you know. I mean, I gave them a deadline, I gave them a window where I said, you know, I need the finished schedule. You know, I need the vocals finished by this date to get the album, finish it, and get a, you know, they always have these 3-month lead-ins, and they messed up. So, you know, they have to wait now. I mean, you know, Accept have got a tight deadline that they're working to, so have Exodus, and they haven't messed their schedules up. So, yeah, they have to suffer, unfortunately. But it's, what was your question? I missed that one. Album I wish I could have produced, probably that last Metallica album. To be honest, I think I could have pulled that into you know, into good shape. You know, and that's not me just trying to blow my own trumpet, but I can hear so much stuff I would have done to that, and you know, but you don't know with these bands. You don't know how much input they'll take. You know, they're the ones that have sold the 80 million albums, not me. So they're doing something right. What we got here? Yeah, I'd produce Metallica. Yeah, definitely. You'd be stupid not to, wouldn't you?
Wouldn't you? Yeah.
Whatever happened to Sabbath? We did. We obviously did those reunion shows in 2006 with Cradle, and then we did a few festivals. You know, Wacken and some of the other German festivals. And then we did just this last year. We only did 2 shows this year, I think. No, 3. We did one in London. We played Greece with Exodus, and then we did Donington this year. And that was it, really. I haven't really seen the guys since Donington. Me and Martin haven't spoken for 2 or 3 months now, so we don't really keep in touch that much. So, you know. Album I produced that you weren't happy with and you wish I could redo. Well, no, I'm kind of, you know, I always put 110% into something I'm doing, so I don't tend to go back and look at things like that. Best musician I've worked with. Probably Loomis, Jeff Loomis. He's just ridiculous. These guys as well. You know, Gary's great, Lee's great. Arch Enemy guys are great. Worst studio experience. That'll be Warrell Dane singing naked in Texas. United Abominations are Endgame, I'd say. Nothing's going on with Sabbath. That's on the back burner. I don't think there's going to be anything else happening with it, to be honest.